welcome to another episode of Soothing Sunday. This is episode 7 of A Little to the Left. This is going to be a little bit longer of an episode. One, because I was having so much fun playing, but two, my kiddo is desperately requesting to play this game. Uh, so if I make my episodes a smidge longer, then make it so he can play sooner, because you can't have multiple usernames or anything. And I tried, he has a laptop that we use for school. Tried putting it on there, and that didn't work either because it just logged into my account. So we're just gonna make these episodes a smidgen longer so that he can play, because I want him to be able to play. I like the idea of him working his brain. Okay, so we've got these two. Clearly it's like a gradient. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Clearly these pictures are all meant to go somewhere. Yeah, there's more of these, so this has to go here. Organizing by picture. These bigger batteries have to go in the middle. They have to. I want to say I would not organize my batteries this meticulously, but when I get focused on organization, I get focused on organization, let me tell you. I spent over an hour organizing my nail art supplies. Why is this not right? What's wrong here? Oh dear. I'm gonna have to get a hint. Oh, and if you can't hear, my cat's crying. It's my husband's cat. He's upset because my son left with his grandpa to go to the store. Apparently my son wants to have a movie night. But I took advantage of the quiet house. Aha! So those are something. And then, okay. So I have to take a look at those ones. And that has to go that way. Okay. Choop. But choop. Clicky. Click. Click. Anyway, so I took advantage of the quiet house because my husband's at work and his cat's crying because he feels alone. He could come down here and spend some time with me, but no, that would be too simple. Alright, we solved the batteries. Buttons! Are these buttons or coins? They look like buttons. Buttons! Can we stack them? We could. How do we organize these? Oh, it's snapping. Ooh, okay. So clearly they go in a line. Alright, let's see. Let's just put them in a line and see what we can glean from this. They go by size. They do go by size. Okay. So that needs to go at the end. Yes. And that's slightly bigger. Okay. And then you're in the wrong place. No, you don't go there. You go there. Yeah. Ding. Oh, there's more. That makes sense. You organize it by shape and color. We'll go back and do that eventually. Okay, organizing the drawer. That clearly goes there. Okay. We will go with stuff that has a clear space. Yeah, big fork. Oh, they don't stack? They don't stack. Okay. Fork there. Fork you. You fork. Oh, they do stack. Just not the big ones. Maybe the big ones are in the wrong spot. I don't know. That has to go there. And that obviously goes in there. Some of this stuff is a little more obvious, some of it's not. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, okay, I'll just put these all in here and figure it out. Yeah. It's there being difficult. Nope. Okay. Doop. Just go in there so I can see things. Oh, yeah, there's a spot for the chopstick right there. Love eating with chopsticks. Oh, that's why the forks don't stack. Okay, they don't belong. That's why. Oh, and those stack perfectly, which means the little forks aren't stacked correctly. I am gonna go make myself some coffee after this. I know it has nothing to do with what I'm doing, but it's just what I'm thinking about at the moment, and I'm really craving some coffee. Now, I add protein powder to my coffee, and it's delicious. The protein powder I have is like, oh, okay, so we have to stack these perfectly. The protein powder I have is like a vanilla ice cream flavor. It's so good. Oh, am I supposed to line up the holes? The holes. It's the holes. Okay. Not a fan because I have trypophobia, but this amount of holes I can handle. Ta-da! Oh, look how pretty. Okay. That was the only one to solve there. All right. What's this? Light bulbs. Let's try to do some obvious shapes first. Obvious shape goes in obvious spot, and it nestles in there pretty well. Let's see. Let's get some of the more wonky ones. No. Don't hide that. Let's see. Where can we fit this one in? It's clearly got to go in its own, like, nestle. Let's get one of these. Big bulb there? Yes. Okay. Let's try to find spaces for some of the more oddly shaped ones. Yeah. We can do this. Does that go? No. It might fit there. No. No. I saw where it went this time. A long one. Obviously. Okay. Are there people that are carefully packing their light bulb? I suppose people have light bulb collections. You could collect anything, really. After my mom died, I inherited her salt and pepper shaker collection. That was fun. So it wasn't... I came to realize that having a reminder of my mom and my childhood with her was not the best for my mental health. So, yeah. It is what it is. You don't have to feel obligated to hold on to things from family members who passed, especially family members who weren't the greatest to you. I could go on and on defending my mom and her past and whatnot, but it's not really much of a point. I learned that was a big coping mechanism of mine. I was trying to defend the actions of adults. And, as it turns out, it just made me feel more responsible for the way I was treated. And, oh, what was I watching? Oh, History in 60. She said, I was watching one of her videos last night. I'm not sure what's going to go in that weird wonky hole. Again, we're just trying to find weird shapes. Excuse me. Yeah, I was watching History in 60 last night. She was talking about the Brown family and of Sister Wives, and basically pointing out that, you know, they villainized one of the kids, which, like, oh, hold on, are we really? Oh, maybe it's for cleaning stuff. Which, that happened a lot to me as a kid, right? And so she's just talking about how they villainized the kid and all this stuff, and then it got me to... Oh, that goes there. It got me to thinking about my childhood, and what she said next was, there's no such thing as a bad kid. And, like, then that put me on the path of thinking, like, how true that is, right? People who blame kids for being kids and acting and reacting in kid ways to situations that grown-ups put them in is it's not a fair assessment. A kid's going to react the way a kid's going to react, and it's up to the adult to be the adult in the situation. And it's not fair to expect a child to not be a child. I go into that a lot, and I just might over the next couple episodes of like what I've learned about that. Now, I do track more on the side of gentle parenting, and I am learning. I mean, I feel like I'm doing a fairly decent job. I have a good kid, but I am still learning the difference between gentle parenting and permissive parenting. My husband's helping with that. He's a good guy. Clearly, these don't go in here. They go elsewhere. But yeah, it's without going too in depth. I ran away from home at 17. This is something I had to talk to my therapist about, of course, was like the fact that I ran away. And it's no longer a thing that exists, but they had a thing called the Secure Child Runaway Center, which was basically juvie for kids who run away from home, which I think is messed up because it was, like I said, I discussed it with my therapist, and it's like, if a kid runs away from home, it has to do with a reaction to what's happening in the home. And the fact that the kid doesn't feel safe. Which, that's where this weird one goes. Okay. Which is true. I did not feel safe at home. I was terrified to go back home. Now, was I being physically abused? No. Was I scared that might happen eventually? Yes. And whether or not that's a reaction to things that happened to me as a very young child or not, I'm not sure. But the fact of the matter was, the adults every step of the way blamed me, a child, for being a child and reacting the way a child would. And that honestly continued and was a running theme most of my childhood, quite frankly. And all that does is creates a messed up adult. People think it's a way to create responsible adults, but it doesn't. And, being super harsh on teenagers, especially, is not the way to go. Teenagers, they're approaching adult size with really big adult emotions, but their brains are not. Your brain is not wired to come even close to handling emotions or making responsible decisions until you are past the age of 25. It's wild to me that people expect actual adult things out of literal children, biological children. Making student loan decisions, deciding what you want to do in life. I am over the age of 30. I'll say that. I am over the age of 30. I often forget how old I am at this point in life. That's another story. I still am struggling to figure out who I am and what I want to do in life. So why I would expect that out of a child, out of somebody whose brain hasn't developed, is beyond me. I will ask my son, he is 10, I'll ask him, like, hey, what are you interested in doing? And because we got some big buttons. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to pigeonhole him. I'm going to let him explore his interests. We can organize these by number of holes or by color, clearly. I just want to encourage exploration of interests at this age. Because he's 10. When I was his age, I was like, I want to be a paleontologist, an archaeologist, I had so many ideas. When clearly what I wanted to do was I wanted to dig in the dirt, discover things, and put things together. I also had a really big interest in like designing clothes. I would take scraps of fabric and design dresses for my Barbies and things like that, which then turned into designing things for myself, which wasn't always encouraged by the adults around me. But I was exploring my creativity, and honestly, it should have been encouraged. I shouldn't say it wasn't. My grandmother was highly encouraging. All this to say, I do know I have viewers under the age of 25, especially, that watch my stuff based on analytics of where people come from and what they watch. This is me telling you to explore your creativity, things you enjoy. As long as you're not hurting yourself or others, do it. Like, you're never going to be able to become the type of grown-up that knows what you want to do if you don't do that. And then you just become a miserable adult. And there's enough of those in the world. Anyway, so sorry for the rant. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.